Hey everyone, my name is Bhaskar and today I want to show you something very cool, something that's going to help you create high quality content without spending hours and hours researching or writing from the scratch. Number two, I'm going to show you how to make sure that the content is actually relevant, that the content is actually useful. And number three, I'm going to show you how to make connections with thought leaders, people who are at the top of the game, people that you admire, and people who are someone who you learn from every day. And so my story started off with a tweet from a colleague of mine who said that he really loved this AMA with Aaron Orendorff. Aaron, if you don't know, was the editor-in-chief at Shopify Plus, and he's one of the top B2B marketeers in the world. He writes massive actionable pieces of content like 5,000, 6,000 words easy, and it's packed with insights. And so I learned from him a lot, and I really like what he does. So when I saw this tweet, I decided to go over and check it out. And I have not seen the AMA either, like Rohit. So I went there, and this AMA is 10 months old. It's 11 months old, and it is awesome. It's chock and full of actionable strategies. It's amazing in scope and breadth, and you could just spend it's so long and it's so meaty that you could spend around at least a couple of hours and still won't be able to unpack a lot of things that's in the AMA. I mean, just look at this. Isn't it bonkers? There are things here on writing strategies. There are things here on pitching to clients. There are things here on research. There are things here on LinkedIn, specific strategies on promoting your stuff on LinkedIn. There are answers around e-commerce. So I really thought that let's do this thing. Let's repurpose this AMA and make it into a blog post that has a proper structure. Because the problem with AMAs is, Ask Me Anything is, people will ask questions in no particular order, and then the guest is going to answer them in no particular order, right? So it kind of becomes very hard to get the information and make sure that you have properly digested and you have properly absorbed the information. So I thought that, okay, fine, for my own reference, I'm going to turn this AMA into a blog post, and then make sure that that way I'll retain the insights, because you learn the best when you are executing things, right? So then my friend Rohit says that, hey, that's very good, why don't you send me the link over? And then something cool happened. Aaron jumped in. He saw this and he says, send me a link also. Actually, put it in the Google Doc, share it with me, and then let's do some co-authoring. I'm like, whoa, very cool, right? This is a guy who I really love his work. I admire what he does, and he is offering to work with me. So I'm like, shit, man, that's amazing. Let's do this. So I told him that I'll send you some stuff over later. And so after about 4 or 5 hours, give or take, I finished collating everything into a Google Doc. It came out to this many words, around 6,000 words, and covered 27 pages, and it's absolutely raw right now. So I kind of quickly did a sort of a very sort of a series of promotional tweets of what's included in this AMA. So you have a 20-step writing process that he follows, a detailed 6-step content promotion process encompassing multiple platforms like Twitter, Slack, LinkedIn, sneaky ad hack on Facebook, how to use LinkedIn's potential as content distribution platform, because a lot of people are not using LinkedIn properly, right? And then how to build an audience, first day, first week, and first month roadmap, a vital factor which separates successful content marketing initiatives, how to get guest posts on and get byline insights like live hackers. So all of these things are already in the AMA. I just rearranged the stuff, and I am going to be showing you what exactly this looks like, this entire document. And you are going to be blown away by this. I'm telling you, this is amazingly detailed, and I have sent this link of the link of this document to Aaron, and this is all, this is all right now very raw. There is nothing polished, either the headlines or on the actual content. If you just look at the table of content, you can see how much stuff is here. Just read them through. You have things on how to know your writing, interviewing, scheduling process, what kind of top KPIs you follow when you were, what kind of top KPIs a content marketer should follow. You have something on, what would you do if you were just starting over and you wanted to get the best return on investment. If you wanted to get started as a content marketer. There is so much gold here that it's absolutely bonkers, and this should be a big thing, to be honest. There are things that nothing is theoretical here, right? And all of these things are tested. So what am I going to do now? I've shared this with Aaron, and what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that all of this is properly structured. There are infographics, there are easy ways to consume content, there are worksheets, there are cheat sheets, and all of the things that you need to do to actually put this content and these answers that Aaron has answered into effective usage. So I hope you are excited about this as much as I am, and I hope that the final result is something that you would actually want to keep and go back and refer back to as and when you need, to make sure that you are at the top of your content marketing game. So I will see you soon. I hope that this gets published as soon as possible. Me and Aaron are probably going to be working on this as and when he has time, but I'm going to be working on my side also. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I am looking forward to hearing your feedback on this. Bye.